And we're back with disturbingly real talk.
We've been toying around with the idea of keeping it real for Cool Spot.
We have. Cool Spot's really been bringing it out in us. Because we kind of just don't know what to say. It's competent.
It's good. It's not really good. It's just good.
It's good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So last time...
Varied. Levels are varied. But yeah. So, Judge, bring us up to speed. Sorry.
Last time, Anthony was going to discuss with us what made him fall out of love with the what was it? Just MMOs
in general.
Right.
So, this story is actually embarrassing in how trite it is. So I was in college, really into the WoW, the World of Warcraft. And I hung with a fast and loose crowd in college, right? I was the not cool kid in a group of cool kids that were abusing all sorts of substances and getting into all sorts of trouble, right?
Abusing all sorts of potions.
Yeah.
That's...
And I was the mom of the girl. Like, oh, guys, you might want to take it easy this weekend, right?
You're regenerating too much mana.
Right.
Like, hey, no internet name Anthony. That's what they called you.
I was like, too much machismo here. Like,
you want to take some mushrooms? You're like, I gotta go on a raid, guys.
Like, you guys can take mushrooms. I'll babysit everybody. I was that guy.
You're that guy.
That's the guy that really everyone loves, but not really because he's the worst.
He's a designated driver guy.
Yeah. Oh, did a lot of designated driving.
Don't
get me wrong. I had my fair share of exploits, but
like that one time.
Yeah.
I drank beer and got +5 speed.
More like triple exploits. Am I right? No, I'm not. Very few of those. Anyway, again, the story is trite, but I think it's funny. One night, everyone going to a party. I decided to stay home, play some WoW. I had to get that Warlock. I was probably doing some high level raiding. God. Anyway, my roommates come back. There's this girl with fantastic breasts. Fantastic breasts. They're like, oh, we're at this party. She just took her top off. And I was like, I'm done with you, World of Warcraft. I'm done with you, MMOs.
Wow.
I should have been at that party and gotten to see those girls' fantastic breasts.
I don't think
that is what literally got me to stop playing MMOs.
It wasn't the girl's breasts. It was...
Well, what? It was the girl's breasts.
It was the girl's breasts.
You're missing out on memories.
I thought you were walking around next to waffles, but apparently it's just an overturned shoe.
Yeah, it's an overturned
Interesting.
Chuck Taylor.
Yeah,
You're wrong about saying that's what you said. It was trite or like overdone. Mostly, I think people will just quit because I lost my job or whatever. Like that's actually a pretty great reason.
No, I never lost my job. I never, did I miss schoolwork? For other reasons that were non-MMO related, yes.
You were in college. You were going to miss school, period.
Not a great student. No regrets, except for not seeing those girls' boobs.
YOLO.
YOLO, exactly. So, I'm trying to think of what
for you, Yizbo, which means you only see boobs once.
Right.
That's not true.
No. But
maybe
those boobs.
That particular circumstance was only going to happen that one time, and I knew that. The girl, I wouldn't say that she was a prudish girl. She was reserved, and so that series of events that made her taking. And maybe if I was there, I would have just drained the sexual energy out of that location, and she wouldn't have taken her top off. Who knows?
The genie ain't going back in the bottle.
Right. But it was something that I realized as I heard it. This is never going to happen again. I had my one chance.
I mean, do you think you were really missing that much, though? I mean,
no, I'm not.
It's the principle of the whole thing.
Totally principle.
You missed out on a decent story.
Right.
From a purely analytical standpoint, though, the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, you could level up your Warlock basically whenever.
Right,
you didn't need to level up the Warlock then, but
right.
the boob thing, that was just, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone,
forever.
baby. Gone, baby, gone.
You know what? In the end, I don't regret it because it taught me a valuable lesson. Breasts are more important than Warlocks.
It's true.
Only slightly so, but still, the point stands. So I'm trying to think of what video games appeal to me now.
I don't even know.
No, I don't know either.
Well,
there are video games that I like.
Going back to the MMOs a little bit, the thing that kills MMOs for me is that you're clicking on things so you could click on different things.
Right.
And this thought is always present in my head whenever I play an MMO.
Me too. I can't detach myself from that thought.
Chris and I played Ragnarok Online for a little while we were roommates in college.
Oh, jeez.
And that game like sucks pretty bad.
Yeah,
it probably still sucks. I played City of Heroes.
You played WoW.
Wait, no, I played City of Villains. That was it, because I made a villain named John Haditz. But I also played WoW. It was for 4 months. I played with my other roommate at the time. And throughout all of those, it was always in my head, is that, like, eventually this is gonna...
It's going to see the rails.
I'm going to see the rails, right.
Yeah,
but all games have this rails. All games are basically just a set of obstacles preventing you from a goal.
Yeah.
So, but like the MMO one, it seems more present.
Yeah, that's my problem. I joke always that everything's like Skyrim, right?
Right.
I can't not see the rails in Skyrim. Once the immersion goes away, it's like, it bothers me. So I like when a game's really upfront, like Spelunky, where it just shows you the rails. Like the game itself is exploring the rule set of the game.
Right.
Like learning what works and doesn't work within the rules of the game.
Yeah, MMOs are really, like, chained to what they are, because, like, I've been playing Guild Wars the past 2 weeks, too, and I got bored of that much faster than anything else. And it's kind of a shame, because in a lot of ways that one moves it forward, but in a lot of ways it is still just the same old garbage.
Same old MMO.
It's the same old MMO.
It's only going to be as fun as the people you're playing with.
Well, and that's the thing that's
even then it gets overtaken.
Yeah,
right.
It is essentially, if you're not playing with your friends, it's just like, wait, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Right. That's what made me stop playing WoW, but even my friends couldn't save Guild Wars 2 for me.
Yeah,
Interesting.
So what do you say about Cool Spot?
It's a game.
It's a game.
It's a video game. It's a video game. It looks
we're really struggling.
You know what? The art style is pretty enjoyable. I'll throw that out.
Very colorful.
It's colorful. The Spot is animated really well.
He has a lot of frames.
Yeah, a lot of frames, and he's got a certain panache, a certain coolness, if you will.
I don't know if I'd use that word.
Yeah. No. Okay. Maybe not. No,
it's a little strong.
This game ages well, though. I mean, it's not like I wasn't despising it when I was playing through it. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good when I'm playing through it. It's not like when I go back and play like an N64 or like a PS1 era game in particular.
Yeah. Here's what I hear, is that Mario Kart 64 ages possibly the most terribly.
Out of all the Mario Karts?
Out of, like, any game, period.
Really? I mean, I played it recently. It's the tracks are long, is my takeaway, which I didn't feel that way when I played it originally.
And the characters are two-dimensional, too.
They are very two-dimensional.
Well, they are literally,
But what ages so terribly about it that you...
I don't know, this is just what I heard. I haven't played Mario Kart basically ever since the
N64. I think I played it like a year ago.
The thing that's interesting about Mario Kart 64 is it was actually not reviewed particularly well when it came out.
Really?
It became sort of this cultural institution because everyone had it, and everyone who had an N64...
It's a 4-player game.
It was essentially the killer app for N64.
Right.
Well, GoldenEye was, but I mean...
you couldn't definitely.
The reason
you could play Mario Kart with just about anyone. I mean, not that it takes a specific skill set to play GoldenEye. I was one of the few who really disliked GoldenEye. And I'm a big James Bond fan, but I really didn't like GoldenEye when it came out. I really dislike it now.
Yeah,
it's become sort of cool to not like it, though.
I still like it, actually.
But it's become sort of like a cool thing to pretend that you didn't like it.
Pretend you didn't like Final Fantasy. That's another one too.
Yeah,
right.
I'm guilty of that.
I'm guilty of that as well.
So 2 points here. Craig T. Nelson was the best James Bond, and my other point is that in grade school. If you remember, you could get cheats in Goldeneye.
Right.
And the most difficult one to get was the invincibility. You had to complete facility in less than 2 minutes. You had to rely on the randomness of Dr. Doak. Blah, 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 blah. I gave it to this kid who was in my class who got it to get it for me because I just could not do it.
I got it as well.
He could not do it. So what he did instead was beat the whole game up to 00 Agent, up to the part where you rescue Natalia from the thing, and he got me invisibility, and he acted like he did me a favor, and I'm like, no, I wanted to play that.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty.
That's kind of shitty, right?
It's kind of shitty of
It's
him.
kind of shitty. So like I started a new game, and then eventually I got invincibility like myself.
Right.
Yeah.
But why would you? I wanted invincibility, not invisibility.
What an asshole.
I know, right?
I asked
What
for
an
Zima, not
asshole.
emphysema.
It's true.
Yeah, those games don't age well.
No, they don't.
That era of game.
They
doesn't
really
age well.
don't. And
It's
that actually...
that early growing pains of 3D.
Right.
Right.
That actually brings me to the game that I actually probably still like, and that might be if I had to pick a game that I was obsessed with, it would be this one, and it's a Final Fantasy game, but not a true Final Fantasy game. Final Fantasy Tactics, I love. I've always been a big fan of turn-based strategy.
You say it's one of your first loves.
Well, it's probably
early love.
It's my first love that holds up.
Okay.
To be fair, people could easily argue that the game doesn't hold up super well, but they've ported it to a million different systems. It's on iOS
And made
now,
it
for
better.
God's
Yeah,
sakes.
cleaned up a lot of the grind, right?
Right. Nah, not really.
Cool.
But yeah, I would say I'm a big turn-based strategy, and not so much RPGs. I had a love of RPGs that also fell away. But yeah, no, they don't really make turn-based strategy games anymore, and that's the problem. Or they don't make good turn-based strategy games anymore.
What makes a good one, though? What makes that game good? Opposed to the turn-based strategy games of today.
I think production values, really. I mean, because when you think like turn-based strategy games, the only franchise that's even close to modern is I always say this wrong. Disgaea?
Sure. I know what you're talking about, though.
I don't know how it's pronounced, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I like those games, but I'm not... I think they do the Japanese anime style well, because I don't think I could handle that if they took themselves seriously, and it's very tongue-in-cheek, and it's very stupid.
Mm-hmm. Along those lines, going back to Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2, which Chris introduced me to, has one of the best cheesy stories where the kid goes into his favorite game.
Right, yeah.
And that's like pretty hilarious. I played that one for a little while. I got bored with it, but I liked it.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. It's like eventually that's the problem with all the tactics games.
Right.
It's just like they're too much. Like you've beaten them, Anthony, right?
Oh yeah.
You like play them to completion, which I can't imagine.
I play them to completion plus. I play them multiple times. So I would say that's my closest thing to obsession, but yeah.
Yeah, which is I just have no patience.
Right.
That's why I guess I gravitate towards twitchy games.
Right. Yeah, and I like twitchy games in principle, but I'm not good at them. So, I'm a fighting game fan.
Okay.
So, but
that's
I wouldn't say I'm not twitchy, but I'm just thinking of other games that I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm like obsessed with them. But I like them.
I am not a fighting game fan at all.
No, you do not like.
No, not at all. And I was watching the Let's Play of God Hand, done by those Poké Captain guys. People on the phone know who I'm talking about, probably. But
Yeah.
I don't like God Hand at all. At all. You just wail on the lowest level enemy from like the start until the end of the game, and it doesn't feel like you ever get any stronger.
God Hand always seems like I want to like it, but the problem.
Yeah,
is,
right. I want to like that game because it has like a pretty decent sense of humor, but playing it sucks. It's kind of like Killer 7.
I hate the beat 'em ups where they have you keep punching. They give the enemies a lot of health.
Right.
It's just the worst.
Well, it's the shmup philosophy of like bullet hell is better than having to grind away with shots. Like games become unsatisfying if you have to hit an enemy too many times.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
There's once you go above like 3 hits, it just becomes frustrating.
And I generally like bullet hell games.
Yeah, no, I like bullet hell games too.
And it's like they're all the same.
Yeah.
And it's like beat 'em ups are kind of all the same, but I hate them all.
If you ever play a shmup, what was the one? Well, the one we were playing wasn't even in a shmup. It was in what was the name of that game?
Jonestown?
No, it was a mini game in that game that I really disliked intensely with the teeth gun.
The stupid Suda game.
Yeah, it's the Suda51 game. What's the name of it?
Shadow of the Damned.
Shadow of the Damned.
Sorry, everybody that's screaming at the thing if someone's still listening.
Yeah. So no, in Shadow of the Dam, there's a shmup minigame, and they just defy like every principle of a good shmup.
It moves slow.
It moves super slow. All the enemies take like
a billion
tens
hits.
of hits.
Yeah.
It's like really frustrating. And, like, Suda51 is supposed to be like a competent video game designer, and that game is a disaster.
I don't know if he's supposed to be competent. He's supposed to be weird.
He achieves that, but yeah, I don't know. That game is really bad.
Killer 7 was like great. The storyline was great. I loved everything about the storyline. Playing it looked awful.
Yeah.
I don't think
play it,
Suda51 understands games.
Right.
Like what a game is supposed to be. But like he has like a pretty decent idea for stories, even though that game you're just talking about kind of had a shitty story too.
What is a game supposed to be? I mean,
what makes a man?
Like, no, I mean, what does Suda not understand?
Well, they're not fun to play.
No, I don't find this games fun to play.
They're not.
either.
I mean, they're just fundamentally flawed. Because
it-
Killer 7, you're just on rails and you just go from like room to room and you shoot enemies. The idea, like I think I mentioned this in the previous episode, is that a game is basically just a set of obstacles in front of a goal.
Right.
Okay. I said at some point, and your game is better by how well you're able to hide that, or how upfront you are about it.
Yeah, exactly. And so he just...
I think he can't get to either side. It's just like middling.
That's
like,
the worst.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get the first round draft pick next year, and you're not going to be in the playoffs.
Right. Exactly. Your team's never gonna get any better.
True.
Congrats, Philadelphia 76ers.
We did it. 76ers might be okay this year.
Okay, so anyway, another game I love
Okay.
from this era, and Gunstar Heroes.
Yeah,
Holds
you're a
up.
huge Gunstar Heroes fan.
The two of us.
The two of us, actually, we
Right.
kind of have a...
You just have a thing. You guys
We have a
have
very-
a little sexual...
It's almost.
borderline
I was gonna say
sexual-
it's borderline romantic.
It's very disturbing watching Diaper Chris and I play Gunstar Heroes.
We just really vibe on it, and it's like...
We play it in a way that nobody else does. Like
You
I've
think so?
watched other Gunstar Heroes LPs, 2 players.
That's
People do not
bold-
do what we do. It's
That's
really
a bold statement.
It's disgusting.
But you're not saying we're good, you're just saying we play it a
We
different
play
way.
it like we play it differly. Maybe we'll.
It's
kinda
show
like-
off some-
like that-
I was gonna say you guys are gonna have to show it off because it is fascinating to watch you guys play it.
Maybe we'll do, like, what do we call it? A YOLO run?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
were
could do
talking
a
about
YOLO.
this.
YOLO run, right? Like, you only live once, see how far we can get on one life.
It's usually that's usually how we play it, like to begin with,
Yeah, because, I mean, you don't want to start in a level over. It's just... I have no patience, again.
right?
I,
You kind of get fucked over in that game if you die too, because you lose your weapon.
and Gunstar Heroes is actually a game I came upon later in life. Like, it wasn't... I didn't play it in the Sega era, I don't think.
Right.
So, it's like, yeah, I liked Cool Spot when I was a kid, right? It seemed cool. 60% cool.
60% cool.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, I played Gunstar Heroes, there's better games from the era, so I can't justify, like, being into Cool Spot. Or I don't have much to say about it. When Gunstar Heroes exists.
As an aside, this background is like really making me disoriented.
Yeah.
I felt that way when I was playing. It... You know, like, I don't know.
It needs to be like faded.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's like
it's too
distracting.
bright.
Like you have to focus on it.
Yeah, we've talked. If we've watched Chex Quest, we all know of my motion sickness. This is making it bad.
I don't even have motion sickness. I read in the car all the time while I'm driving, and
Good.
it seems like this is kind of making me a little bit like I have to focus on spot.
Oh, I got the bonus level, guys.
We did.
If you get 85% cool, you get a bonus level. You guys excited?
What's it like to be 85% cool?
I'll teach you someday. So, the bonus levels or something. You go inside a 7-Up bottle and you got to collect a letter
Okay.
to eventually spell uncool.
To spell uncool?
No, uncola.
Oh, uncool.
Oh, I thought you
that's
said
right.
uncool.
No, I did say uncool.
Yeah.
Because I keep thinking it's uncool because this game is so focused on the word cool. But yeah, so you just collect.
So 7-Up is trying to say that they're not a cola
Yeah, that was an ad.
Yeah, that was their
campaign.
thing. That was an
Yeah,
advertising
because they're
campaign
not
they
dark.
Right.
It's kind of like a lager versus pale ale. Except with sugar.
It's the white man's cola. don't know. Cool Spot's really bringing it out. We're really getting
real with Cool Spot.
Yeah. Just fast forward it because there's nothing really to see.
No,
I get the
good.
U at the top at one point.
Okay, that's good.
And
this is like in Toe Jam and Earl when you do the bouncing thing and those judges come on the bottom of the screen.
Oh, yeah. I do that forever. Now he hits it like the mask. It's
no kidding.
Somebody stop me. See? Uncola.
Uncola. I'm glad that's done. That was making me
that's really it.
Not feeling good.
Should we keep getting real with the next Cool Spot?
Yeah, why not?
One more left.
Is this the end of the video? We getting towards the end here?
Yeah.